As some of you know, I just moved into a new house. And this house is the first one I've had with a garden, as an adult at least. So I spent quite a bit of time gardening this time of the year. And in the middle of one of those garden sessions here the other day, I found myself thinking, Nina, why did you start here? Why didn't you first do the gardening in front of the house? That is the one that the neighbours will see. I found myself thinking about my appearance. I thought the same about my front room that has massive windows facing the road. I want to make a good picture. I want people to see a nice house, a tidy house, instead of all of the mess. And isn't that the truth with all of us at times, whether it's our social media posts, our CV, how we show off certain clothes, a car, whatever it is, we want to give people a good impression, to show people a perfect picture of our lives. It was in that context that I was so deeply challenged when I read John chapter 4. And in it, we meet a Samaritan woman that does the complete opposite. I encourage you to read the whole story today. It's a beautiful story where Jesus meets a woman at a well. Her picture, her front garden is already shattered. But I want to highlight what happens after this encounter with Jesus today. It says in verse 28, then leaving her water jar, the woman went back to the town and said to the people, come, see a man who has told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah? Firstly, then it says, then leaving her water jar behind. Let's just put this verse into context. This woman was a woman who came to the well to collect water, probably every day. This is what she used to collect the water with. What does it mean that she left the jar with Jesus? Is it symbolic because she doesn't need it? She has found the living water, what she needs to live, having met Jesus. Is it a picture of how she leaves something valuable? She gives something valuable to Jesus. Or is it a symbol of how she has left behind what used to define her life? The pattern of going to the well in the middle of the day, ashamed, not wanting to see other people. Her day-to-day task, realizing that her life had a bigger purpose and she was just about to enter into it. Or might it be that she was just a bit forgetful, as many of us, got a bit distracted by Jesus and left it there and picked it up later? It doesn't really matter, but what follows is the key. We read, the woman went back to the town and said to the people, come and see. A man who has told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah? Let's just take a moment to take that in. Here's a woman that has lived far from the perfect life, if there is even such a thing. We don't know much about her story. We don't know how she has ended up making the choices she has. But what we do know is her current situation. Her perfect life, her perfect front garden, her perfect picture is shattered. People know that she has messed up, that she's a sinner. But not only is she a sinner, she's also a Samaritan, someone disliked by the Jews. And she's a woman, someone given less significance and value in society at that time. This is a woman that we meet at the start of John chapter 4 that is deeply ashamed. She didn't want to face people. She went out at the warmest hour of the day to make sure she could do it on her own. Come and see a man who has told me everything I ever did. It's a complete turnaround, a complete transformation that has taken place within this woman. From being ashamed, she's now free. She's not only inviting people to come, she goes to her neighbours, to her town, to the people who know everything already. She's owning her life, she's owning her story. She's stating the fact of who she is and what she's done, just to show what Jesus can do. The real picture of her life shown to show the importance of the life of Jesus. She's free. Her testimony, her from garden, her picture is a picture of brokenness, proclaiming the beauty of who Jesus is. So I was challenged, and maybe you are challenged. What if instead of trying to hide our mess, hide our brokenness, we can, as this woman, allow Jesus to work in our mess and our brokenness and through it. He is the God who can turn things around. He is the one who turns ashes and brokenness into beauty. He is the one who can remove our shame and set us free to live lives and lives in fullness. So, what is his story? What is your picture? What does your front garden look like? Have a good day.